finally getting around to this after how many years of being on YouTube? Welcome you guys to my channel. I know YouTube can be weird sometimes, so make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell so you don't miss out on any of the mermaid fun. Now, this is my get to know me tag, and I haven't done it yet. I don't think I've done any tag videos at all on this channel. I know, bad mermaid, bad mermaid, bad mermaid. Anyways, I thought, well, hey, I'm better late than never. So welcome to my get to know me tag. I'm Keisha. I prefer Desert Mermaid. Just saying, you know, my chosen mermaid hippie name. I wrote down, I didn't do what most people do because I'm old and write everything out in my notes on my phone. I made flashcards. I'm old school that way. Yeah, maybe next time I'll probably start utilizing that. I thought it would make it a little easier for me to get through all this, share me with you. And as you guys, if any of you who have been following me for a while now, you know I'm a Spoonie and I get very bad brain fogs. That might happen. Thank goodness for editing. So, as I said, my name is Keisha. My Instagram name is Desert Mermaid _ Keisha Marie. You guys want to find me on Instagram. But I chose Desert Mermaid as my given hippie name. I am an October baby. I was born October 8th and I am a Libra. So, I am very much about balance. And I am very indecisive. That is a really bad trait Libras have, is being indecisive. I love October. October is one of my favorite months, probably not just because it's my birthday. Well, there's a lot of good things that happen in October for me. First, it's my birthday. Then it's fall for one. Like, hello, I live in the desert, and when fall rolls around and those cooler temperatures roll in, I am just like, I'm all about it. Third, me and my fiance's anniversary of when we started dating is in October, so yeah. And Halloween, and my fiance also has his birthday in October as well. There's just a lot going on in October. 2 birthdays, an anniversary, a holiday, and a change in season. What more can you ask for? Love you, October. On to the next question. Why do I use a cane? And how did I become disabled? Well, if you guys haven't seen I have a series on my channel called Weekly Sushi that I do. In it, the first couple episodes, I talk a lot about me, my story, and what happened. I actually have a playlist linked right here, and I'll have it in the description below. It's called My Story, and the videos that are in that playlist give you a very good picture of what I've been through the last couple of years, how I became disabled, how my life ended up like this. Because where I'm at in life right now is a place that I never intended to be. That's how life is, you know. You plan one thing and then something totally different happens, right? Yeah. It's like life laughing at you. It's like that joke, you know? It's like the proverbial joke. So yeah, the quick version, for those of you who haven't seen any of those videos, when I was 23, and this was back in 2011, the summer of 2011, I had a slip and fall accident, and I fell back on my tailbone. I kind of did the splits, and I fell back real hard on my tailbone, and I busted out my L5-S1, and I screwed up and damaged both of my SI joints, sacroiliac joints. You love those medical words, right? And you got 2 of them, and they're at the bottom of the base of your spine. They have a lot of nerve endings and your sciatica running through it. So if you mess that up, you're gonna have a lot of pain. And if you're unlucky like me, you'll have a lot of peripheral leg pain and sciatic pain. And if for any of you who have had sciatic pain, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. If you talk to anybody who has sciatic pain, they'll be like, you could see it, they'll be like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Ooh. I have a variation of that 24/7, all the time. Fun. So yeah, I had to slip and fall, and after I slipped and fell, I had to start using a cane to get around. Steps are hard for me. It helps when I walk to keep the pressure off. I'm not stable anymore. My mobility is shot, basically. So I use Yale Mermaid cane. And actually, you know what? When I got this, I used to have a brown cane before I had this one. And this one I saw at CVS and I liked it because, you know, Mermaid, hello. Since I got this cane, I feel a lot more confident with it. And it's kind of like a little extension of me in a way. It's a walking accessory. Oops, can you hear the little bell? That's Noe. He's playing with one of his toys. I have 3 cats. Frank, Noe, and Philip. Noe's playing with his little ball in the hallway. So yeah, to sum it up, I slipped and fell. I have to use the cane to walk now. I live with constant 24-hour pain, and I am a Spoonie. What is a Spoonie? I'm gonna link that too. A Spoonie is someone, it's a term I use. A Spoonie is someone who has a chronic illness or chronic pain, and that chronic pain, this is how I explain it. Most people who are really healthy, they have an unlimited amount, what we call spoon. Getting up in the morning is a spoon. Eating's a spoon, showering's a spoon, walking to the mailbox is a spoon. It varies for whatever illness or pain problem the person has, but people who are spoonies will only get like 5 of those spoons. So, you know, if they get up and that's 1 spoon and they take a shower, that's 2, they only got like, what, 2 more spoons left of the day? Like, watch the video. Just watch the video and I explain it. And maybe eventually, hey, hit the like button. And to let me know if I should make an updated Spoonie video, you know. It's been a couple years since I made that, so yeah, hit the like button, and we can get if we can get some likes on here, I'll redo the Spoonie video. Moving on. That's why I love those things. You could just do that, right? You can't do that with a phone. Why do I love mermaids so much? I did a video about this too, linked up here. But the short version is that after I got hurt and I went through, I had a lawsuit. I talk about that in my other videos, and that didn't go well. And I was very sad and I was just very sad. I was a very sad person. I don't want to say depressed because I was never diagnosed with depression. And sometimes I feel like when you say, oh, I'm depressed, it kind of takes away from other people who might have depression. I was very sad. I was very, very sad. My cousin Missy, hey Missy! Everybody's seen Missy on some of the vlogs. She started taking me down to the beach. She'd drive to come pick me up, and then we'd drive 2 hours to the beach. I felt free there. I felt like I'd never felt before. I could get in the water. The beach where we go to, the waves are very calm at times and the water's warm, and I could get out there and swim. And when I'm in the salt water, because of the amount of salt and it's 0 gravity, I have no pain. I don't feel the pressures that I feel when I walk on land. When that started happening, you know, I was like, well, maybe it's because I'm a mermaid. I'm supposed to live in the water because that's where I'm pain-free and happiest. That's how I became a mermaid. But yeah, it was just something that I connected with the ocean, and it made me feel free. And now I have this deep love for the beach and addiction. And Missy is to blame for my beach addiction. Love you, Missy. Next question. Which desert do I live in? Where do I live? I live in very, very sunny, very freaking hot during the summer, Palm Springs. Now, I love where I live. I love where I live. I just wish that I could trade away the heat, but I live out in Palm Springs, and actually, I live 5 minutes from the epicenter that is Coachella Festival. Everybody just calls it Coachella nowadays, but when I was younger and it first started, it was Coachella Fest. So, I was born and raised here, and I am what I like to call a hashtag Coachella native, because I was born here. And honestly, like, we just had Coachella this past weekend. The weekend 2's coming up this next weekend. I'm like wedged right in between Coachella 1 and Coachella 2. If I open up my slider, I can hear the music from Coachella. Like, I can hear the guy talking on stage. Yeah, that's how close I am to Coachella. and sometimes, you know, like me and Patrick over the past year, you know, because you hear a lot of people talk about Coachella and they make it sound like it's like Disneyland or something. So we've been calling it Coachella Land here lately. And I tell people, I live in Coachella Land. I am 5 minutes from the epicenter, and I could hear that guy talking on stage. Yeah! Coachella land, hashtag Coachella native. Or desert rat. Desert rat's another one that anybody who's like lived in the desert or grown up in the desert. Then about those windmills, you guys. There's something about those windmills and it just, maybe it's hypnotic or something. Yeah, that's what it is. They've put some hypnotic thing into the windmills and that's why people are so obsessed with coming here year after year. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Next question. So what is the desert mermaid style? What is my style? What is the desert mermaid style? Because desert mermaid for me, I'm hoping eventually I can make it into something like a lifestyle brand. I created Desert Mermaid back before I started my social media. I think I started my Instagram. Actually, Instagram, fun fact, is the first social media I ever had, and that was in 2014 was when I started doing any kind of social media. And I started it, and when I started it, I started realizing there was people like me who had chronic pain or illness or just something in their lives that made them feel alone. And I was meeting other people who felt like I did, and I was connecting with them. And suddenly I wasn't alone, and they weren't alone. It's amazing when you can meet a need for somebody and they meet yours, and I feel like that's the way our world should be. We should all be there for each other. Something I like to say is we're all in this together. Really, Desert Mermaid's not so much like a hippie vibe, but more of a love. We need to all band together. We need to stop making other people feel isolated and alone. The Desert Mermaid vibe is very boho, hippie, free, and the message is very, you know, like, I want to make sure no one else feels alone like I used to. I believe everybody should have something. Just because you're disabled and you're at home doesn't mean your life is over. It can still be amazing. Next question. What would I be doing if I hadn't gotten hurt? I gotta take a sip here. You see this? This is my Palm Springs mug. Representing. So if I hadn't gotten hurt, I would be a nurse. Since I was a little kid, when I was little, all I ever wanted to do was be a nurse. I wanted to be a registered nurse because I wanted to be there for people and help people who were sick get better. When I was in high school, I did something called Health Academy to make sure that nursing was something I really wanted to do. And after that, I got my EMT certification. And actually, right up until I got injured, when I was injured, I was halfway through my registered nursing program and had 2 more semesters left. And you guys, I had $11,000 in scholarships. Like, it was way more than what the program cost, and I was gonna have leftover money from it. But that summer, before I was supposed to start my 3rd semester, I slipped and fell, and that was it, and it was over. And I had to say goodbye to nursing, and that was really hard for me for a long time, because for me, I felt like I was a nurse already. I felt like that was like a part of my identity and who I was. After I started my Instagram, actually, and started talking to other people, I started to find that maybe it wasn't that I was a nurse, but I was someone who wanted to help people. And that I could still do that, even though I got my cane here and bumming it, but I can still do that. I am still a strong person in a lot of different ways, even if physically I am diminished. So I would have been a nurse if I hadn't fallen. Things would have been a lot different than they are now for me. And actually, a lot of things changed when I fell and got hurt. Like, my whole life changed. But if you guys want to hear about that, go to my story links. They're there, so you know. Next question. What are my favorite colors? Mermaid blue. Duh. No. Mermaid blue, and then I also really like purple. Purple was my favorite color growing up, but as I got older, I started to have a new appreciation for blue, like turquoise blue, like, you know, mermaid blue. So I really like, I'm a 2-colored girl. I like purple and I love mermaid blue. I like all colors, really. Like, why do we have to choose a favorite? Why can't we have them all? Next question. Relationship. I'm engaged. And you guys have, if you've been watching my vlogs for a while on my channel, you guys have all met Patrick. Patrick's my fiance. We have been together almost 10 years coming up on 10 years. Can you imagine? Yeah, we haven't gotten married yet because of, and I explained this in my sushis, that because of the way health insurance is in the United States, and they base it off of your income. If we were to get married, and the type of health insurance plan I would have to pay for, because it'd have to be a higher one because I have medical problems, so I need more coverage, it would eat up more than half of our income. But because we're not married, I guess I'm just by myself floating. Oh yeah, I get cheaper healthcare, you know, if I'm not married. So that's why we're not married one day, but we've been together so long and everything. Getting married is something I very much want to do, and it is something that I feel really sad about a lot of times, that it was something that I'm having to put off till I'm a lot older, it feels like. But that's not what it's about all the time. It is a piece of paper. One day we will get married, but until then we are still sharing our life together. We're still taking amazing adventures. And honestly, that's Noe. Noe, sorry about that. We're still doing all the same. We live together and we still do all the same things that married couples do. And honestly, we've been through some things and some really rough spots that some people who have been married the 10 years that we've been together, and they still have not gone through what we've gone through. We've had a lot of like family deaths, tragedies. Patrick's lost both of his parents. We were together through that. I fell and got hurt. He stepped up and he moved in with my mom and me to help take care of me. He didn't have to have a piece of paper that said husband on it to do that. It's, you know, for right now I'm like, it's a party that we could have, celebrate our love, but until then we got each other, and that's okay. And I'm very lucky. I feel like I found my soulmate, you know? So I'm gonna stop before I start crying because my makeup looks good today. Next question. The last show I binged watched on Netflix, Stranger Things 2. Stranger Things 2. I love the 1 and I love the 2. Stranger Things 2 was way too short, people. What was that? That season I blinked and Stranger Things was over. I was like, did it even go, did we even watch it? Was there anything there? I am patiently waiting, no I'm not, for Stranger Things 3. When's it coming? I don't know. Sorry, Noe, I don't know when Stranger Things 3 is coming out. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, Noe. Like, I'll be talking and he'll just be like, randomly, he'll be like, Noe. The Noe. Next question. What is my favorite hobby? I got a lot of those. And honestly, for me, because I live with chronic pain, it's very hard for me to have hobbies sometimes. A lot of times, and I'm trying to get away from this, I sit and I just try to exist. Sometimes the pain is so bad, I just sit there and I just play YouTube videos and blank out on them. And the good thing about a YouTube videos is if I miss something, I can always just go tap, tap, tap and go right back to the beginning of the video or 10 seconds prior or whatever. That's probably why I'm so into YouTube, you know, because that's something I can do without having to really pay attention to. Yeah, hobbies. Anyways, brain fog, tangent. Got it. Keisha. I like making jewelry. That was something that I got into when I started going to the beach, is Missy introduced me into finding sea glass. And I tell you guys, it is like finding a jewel on the beach. Like, some of these things are so beautiful. So I got into like making stuff with them. And that's one thing I'm gonna be trying to work on this next year. It's not been easy for me, and it's something I've been saying I'm gonna do for a really long time, is I wanna start a website, probably an Etsy first, but I wanna start a website, and I actually got one that I need to work on, where I'm gonna sell, I showed you guys. They're necklaces that I designed a charm and I had it made. So I have the charms and I've gotten sea glass and it's all stainless steel. So yeah, that's one thing I want to do. I want to make something nice, like a piece of jewelry, you know, and then we can do giveaways and stuff like that. I don't want people to feel like they have to be obligated to buy anything from me whatsoever. It's just something I like. I really like making something or having something. One of the things I like to do is when I send get well packages to people, I'll send them shells or crystals that I've had. When you have something for someone and you put love into it and you give it to them, I feel like it does something for them a little extra in their life. I don't know, it's like, it's magic, you know, it's love. Love conquers all, right? Want to make stuff and make it with love and then mail it out and send it to you guys. So that's my thing. And then also too, I also want to do this. I know not as many people need this, but you can still use this as a keychain too. I'm gonna make cane bling. So yeah, hobbies. I like making jewelry. I also like, believe it or not, I really love editing my YouTube videos. That's a lot of fun for me. Basically anything that is creative, I really love doing. I am a creative person. Well, I am a Libra. I've been told Libras are creative. I'm not sure. Creative stuff, hobbies, brain fog. Back to that brain fog. Next question. What is my favorite Starbucks drink? Oh God, that is really hard. There's so many good Starbucks drinks. But I gotta go with my skinny caramel macchiato with coconut milk. That is my jam, iced. Sometimes I get extra caramel drizzle in the cup. I know, but I love it. It's caramel drizzle, you guys. What is it? Isn't like caramel drizzle like what, like one of the levels of heaven or something? I don't know, but it's love it. Love it. Question of the day. Since this is like a fun tag and everything, we'll do a question of the day. What is your favorite Starbucks drink? I'd love to know, and I like to get ideas too, because you know, like some people have some really creative Starbucks drinks, or you have something that's just like simple but it's good. I like suggestions. So what is your favorite Starbucks drink? Comment below and let me know. Next question. Dogs or cats? I don't understand why people have to be divided between dogs and cats. I like them both. I love animals. I am an animal person. I love cats and I love dogs. I have cats because I live in an apartment, so I have 3 cats. But I'm sure it's telling you that if we move into a house, we're probably gonna get a dog too. We're just animal people that way. I really can't say I hate dogs or I hate cats, you know? Like, I like them both. And I can't understand people who are like, oh, I can't stand cats. Or, oh, I can't. You know what? Actually, you know what? Most of the time, when I hear people debate about cats and dogs like that, it's usually dog people that are like, ew, cats. I've never really heard someone say like, ooh, to dogs. Unless they're like afraid or something, you know, like Trisha Paytas. I don't know. Is she still afraid of dogs? Next question. Name one bad habit you have. Brain fog. And going off on tangents. A lot of times I'll be talking and then I'll go off on a tangent and stray from the story. That's something I do. Also interrupting. Patrick will be talking and because of my brain fog, I have this, like if something comes in my head, I just have to blurt it out. Brain fog and interrupting and tangents. Next question. PC or Mac? PC. I don't have a Mac. I've always been very intrigued about getting a Mac, but they're so much more expensive and I feel like for the money I can get more with a PC. Right now it's PC, but maybe one day it'll be Mac. I do have an iPhone though. I'm not a Droid person, I am an iPhone person. And I think next time, because if you guys notice, these cards keep slipping on my lap, I'll probably be using the iPhone instead of the flashcards. Next question. Name one thing other than mermaids that I'm obsessed with. Heart sunglasses. I love heart sunglasses. If you guys have seen my vlogs, you notice that's the only kind of sunglasses I wear are heart sunglasses. I love me a good heart sunglass, so yeah, heart sunglasses and mermaids. Forever. Represent. Next question. What is my favorite ice cream flavor? There's so many choices, you guys. Lately I've been into mint chip, but I am very much a chocolate girl. Depends. I usually am a chocolate vanilla with a caramel in it kind of person, a Moose Tracks kind of person. But yeah, that's a hard one. How can you choose just one ice cream flavor? Fruity or chocolate candies? That's another one, Keisha. Like, come on there. Fruity, chocolate. How can you choose? It's all good. It's sugar, right? It's right. I shouldn't be eating any of it, should I? Probably not. Next question. Favorite time of year? My favorite time of year in the desert is fall. I love fall. I think a lot of people love fall. And of course, you know, I am a basic white girl, so of course I like fall. I love fall. It gets cooler down here. Palm Springs, it doesn't snow. So it's just like we get cooler weather. I love it when they start to decorate. We have a neighborhood down where we live during Christmas time. They have all these lights. They call it Candy Cane Lane. And you can walk up and down and look at all the lights with hot chocolate. And it's just, I love fall. It's magical. It's when people start getting together with their families and reflecting on the year, and of course October, because I'm an October baby. All good things happen in October. So what up? Next question. What is Desert Mermaid and how did I come up with it? Well, I kind of told you guys earlier, so this will probably just be repeating myself again. I came up with Desert Mermaid. I felt there was like a need. I wanted other people to know with chronic pain they're not alone and that this isn't it. There's more for them out there and their life can be magical. It could still be great. It could still be this amazing life. That's something that I feel like I've been trying, I'm seeing more, is that as I realize who I am and that moving on from, you know, when I was hurt and sad and growing from that, I'm finding more me and I'm finding who I want to be in the world, and the one thing I want to make on it, just repeat over and over, is I don't want people to feel alone. I don't want anybody to have to go through something as horrible as I did alone, because when I found other people, I didn't feel alone, I was a lot stronger and it was a lot easier for me to make it through those hard things. So that's why I'm so passionate about it, is I want other people to know that so they can have that strength to move through it and turn this totally negative thing in their life into a positive thing. It's sometimes very, very hard for me to do, but I am all about trying to find the silver lining. It's very hard for me to do sometimes. I'm gonna admit that. And sometimes I have to have Patrick or my mom talk to me, but yeah, I just don't want anybody to feel alone ever, you know, and have the strength, you know, to just move through that. Yeah, you can do it. Let's go on to our last question. Why did I start YouTube? Why did I start YouTube? Well, that's just wrapping up the whole Desert Mermaid thing. It was a great way for me to communicate with people, to reach out to them, and I feel like with the video it's a better way of showing my life instead of just, I love Instagram and I can post that's just a picture, and I feel like with the camera I can take you guys with me and show you what it's like. And I know for me, being a Spoonie and disabled, I can't always leave this house. Sometimes I'm in here for like weeks at a time, sleeping, because the pain is that bad. When I am sitting there and I'm having the bad pain day and I need something to watch, and I'm watching somebody else's video where they traveled or went somewhere, or they're, you know, in New York or Bora Bora and doing something in Los Angeles, it kind of gives me that escape from having a bad pain day. And I get to kind of experience that other place. I've never been in New York and I've never been to Bora Bora and stuff. When other people took that vlog camera along with them, I got to go too. For any of you that are a YouTuber who vlogs and do stuff like that, and thank you for taking me along with you, because that's something that is very difficult for people like me to do. I feel like I still get to experience that and so much more when you take me with you. So I want to say thank you to all the YouTubers out there for brave enough to vlog in public and pull out that camera at the airport, or pull that camera out on the beach, or pull it out while you're shopping in Sephora and was brave enough to take me with you. Thank you for that. I think that's my video, right? Oh, that's the last flashcard. Oh, no more slipping flash. These things were slipping off my lap the entire video. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thank you for watching my get to know me tag. I know it's probably all over the place, you guys, because I have brain fog and I'm a mess, but you know, that's your mermaid here. You know your mermaid girls. One more thing as I wrap this video up, my get to know me tag. It was something I didn't write down, but something I do want to share with you guys. At the end of every one of my videos, I like to say I'm sending lots of love to all the haters and the lovers. And I wanted to tell you guys why I say that. I say that because a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I had an encounter with someone on Instagram and she got in my comments and said some not so nice things about me. I was just confused because I didn't know who she was. And when I looked into it, she was someone who was actually just like me. She had the same disability as me. She lived with chronic pain. She was really just someone who was hurting and was angry about it. And I know what that feels like because back when I first got hurt, I was very angry and I hated a lot of people. I hated a lot of people and I felt like I got screwed by life. I was so mad. And when people are angry and hurting, they do things to hurt other people. And that's what this girl was doing. She was hurting and she was lashing out because that's all she could do. Part of why I have Desert Mermaid, because sometimes when you are alone in your anger and sadness that festers, you can drown in it. So that's why I say I like to send love to all the haters too, and not just the lovers, because those people are haters because they're hurting. And sometimes if people just had a little bit of compassion and a little bit of love, they would see the world isn't so bad and they don't need to lash out at everybody that comes with them. Comes at them like not everybody's out to hurt you. And the world is different and it is a good place. You just have to find the good. It's not easy, but you can find it. And so that's why I say I'm sending love to all the haters too, because they're people. They're hurting. I'm gonna stop there. I'm sending lots of love to you, the lovers and the haters, cats and dogs, mermaids, dolphins, Coachellans, Coachella natives, Palm Spring, everybody. Sending lots of love to everybody. So yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the mermaid fun. And I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Mwah!